Hello.
Good evening, everybody.
Hi.
Hi.
Hi, guys.
Welcome to the Creative Corner this evening. Brought to you live from multiple channels, I must say. We've got YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, we've got them all. For those of you that I haven't met, I am Laura and I'm part of the Seller Promotions team in the UK. And I am truly honoured to be joining the guys from Alterna Europe. I've been asked to co-host with the stunning Sabrina and of course the Alterna god that is Nicholas. And I'm going to work with you guys tonight on talking to you about Sabrina's looks, products, trends, how to recreate the look that she is actually performing for you, answering any hints, tips and questions that you guys have. So yeah, thank you so much for having me, Nicholas and Sabrina. I'm over the moon to do this for you guys tonight.
Thank you, Laura. Thank you for being with us. Thank you, Sabrina. Hi, Sabrina. Hi, Jasmine.
Hi, guys.
I just want
We're Jasmine again.
our beautiful Jasmine. I just want to thank Laura twice because today is a special day for her.
Yes.
It's her anniversary. And she's doing us a big favor to be with us and hosting Sabrina. So thank you very much, Laura, and happy anniversary.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, congratulations.
Yay. So, how are you doing, Sabrina?
Well, here it's going good. We have Jasmine with us, and today we're having a top knot special. I can't pronounce it, like it's so nice. So I'm just going to show you a really nice technique to hold the top knot in place, like for the whole day. And it's, again, an easy technique to work with, but it makes it really poofy. So it's going to be a really nice one for you guys to use in salon, use on your clients, because everyone can do this.
Amazing.
And so I think I will start to explain what I've done.
Let's start.
I'll turn Jasmine around.
I'll let you do it. Thank you.
Okay.
See you soon.
See you soon. Thanks, Nick. Thank God we have Nick because he's our technical god. Like he knows everything. Otherwise, we would not be able to do all this stuff.
I'll do my best.
Thank you, Nick.
I'll do my best. Thanks, Sab.
Amazing. Okay, let's start. So what I've done is I've prepped Jasmine's hair. On dry hair, I have used for my hair Macanthus the Soaring High, as you can see. So this is a volumizer spray, 100% vegan formulated. It has botanical caviar, and it gives a nice texture and volume to the hair, and it also has heat. So again, 100% vegan formulated. Yes.
The shine on, you know, a lot of clients will tell them that have used this product will be applying it to the hair wet and then of course drying it in.
Yeah.
What is the difference from you applying it into pre-shampooed hair and drying it in as you would in salon to actually you applying it into the hair dry and then prepping it? What is the benefit for that?
Well, I think the thing is when you work in a salon, you color the clients and then you have to wash them so the hair is wet. So of course you're going to work in wet hair. But because we are doing mostly section work, Jasmine already comes in with dry hair. It's the same when we're standing on a shoot or on location, you don't have time to wash the hair. So you kind of always work on dry hair, or you have to wet the whole hair and then put the product in, but it takes even more time. So I have just learned to work on dry hair, and I'm so extremely happy that all the products, like even the mousse, I've told this a million times already. I was always a little bit of not a big fan of mousses on dry hair because sometimes they get a little bit of sticky or it's too heavy. But this one, because it's a shine foam, so it's not a volume foam, so it just gives shine to the hair and it nourishes especially the ends of the hair. So that's why I love to work on dry hair. It's faster and all the products are very good in dry hair.
That's brilliant. It's good to know that if you need an element of speed factor in salon, that you can actually apply it to the hair dry.
Yes.
And like I say, historically, you know, when back in the day when I was in the salon, if you applied a mousse to the hair dry, it might get too heavy, too built up, and too crispy. And that's the beauty of this,
exactly.
you can actually work it through the hair dry.
So this is a faster way, and it works very nice in dry hair. It's just I use 99% of the products in dry hair. And even if they are treatments, I use them in dry hair. So, and they all work. So it's very nice that they are so versatile. So what I've done, because we're going to take everything to the center, I've made a different prep than what I normally do. So I started at the back, and I tilt your head a little bit back. And I went around with my curls. Can you see? It's This is the center part, and then the curls go around to the middle. And I just used the big iron, a 32.
Are the Hot Tools XL?
Yeah, the XL, 32 millimeters. So it's not really thick, but it's thick enough.
Yeah.
And it took sections as wide as the curling iron, so that they will fit into each other.
Bro. And is this the type of thing that you would do on every single prep session, Sabrina? Would you prep the majority of your models this way? You know, with sort of good products, curling the hair first.
Yes.
Get that key prep and then shoot or bridal session.
Yes. I've seen other people doing amazing hairstyles without prepping the hair, but for me, it doesn't work. I have to use the products, blow dry the hair, curl the hair, and you can use a different curling iron or a different setting of your curls, but I always use some kind of a prep for the hair I'm making.
Wow.
And for me, it's very important. For all the hair that's on my Instagram, it's been completely prepped.
I think that's key, from obviously just being, you know, when I watch you, and I know a lot of our customers, we've got a lot of them online tonight, we watch the work that you do and we see the prep that you put in. Not every hairdresser does that and takes the time to prep the hair, and that is probably one of the things that I've learned from you the most. It's all about the prep.
It takes the longest to do the prep, but then in the end it's about 90% of your hairdo, because if you don't have the prep, like for instance, when we have the prep that comes out now, if I would make just a very soft braid and put it up like this, then you're already done, because it already has the volume, it has a little bit of movement in the hair. If you want to have more waves, you can use a smaller curling iron, so you have a little bit more waving around. I use a lot the 32 millimeter because I don't use a lot of really curly hair, but I just want to have some texture, because 90% of my hair is in updo, so I don't need to have a lot of curls. So you can see that it comes out. It's still very light. That's what I like about the products.
So you could almost just put that into a nice little bun, sort of, you know,
yes,
tail, and it's done, it's ready.
Yeah. So this for me is the perfect setting to go work with hair. It has to be still bouncy, and I think because the soaring high also has the bamboo extract in it, this makes it also very soft and gentle when you move with the hair. You can see it. Okay, so now comes the fun part. So, okay, everybody knows the top knot, right? It's one of my favorites to do, just a bun and put my hair up like really fast. Today we're doing a little more boho one, but there are a million ways to do it. You can make one ponytail, you can make 4 ponytails. Today we're doing 2 ponytails, and we're making it into a bun up here. You can put the hair back, you can leave a lot of hair underneath. It depends on what you're going for. So we'll see with Jasmine. I put my mirror in today so I could see.
In my experience, I've found that for all the hair ups that you see on Instagram, Facebook, the ponytail and top knot for me are probably the 2 most hardest looks to master.
Yeah, is it?
Yes, you want them to look done, but not overdone.
True.
You want them to look undone, but not like you've just got out of bed. So actually mastering that top knot that is done, but really sort of undone and lived in is a skill in itself.
Yeah, true. So I think what's most important is when you're starting with one of these looks is that you don't want to have it like all in one. I think that's my tip. What I normally don't do is make one bun. I don't make one elastic because especially when you have heavy hair, it has the tending to go back, especially during the day. It's going to tilt and it will take away the volume in the front. Okay. So for me, I always try to get two elastic so that you will keep the volume here and that you don't have everything hanging in the middle part. So you have two anchor points.
That's a really good tip. Because again, I think a lot of people put it in a big ponytail on top and get one of these sort of donuts and attempt to make the top knot from there. So that's a really good tip.
Yeah, so I'm seeing now, because I want to have two equal parts, if I put this one up. So I'm making a little bit of a zigzag, as you can see here. So just so when this one comes up, especially on the side, that it blends in, like you make one. It looks like you just made one. And it doesn't have to be completely clean. I'm not using a brush, I'm just using my hands for this part. It depends on what you're going for. If your client wants to have a little more of a clean look, you can use your comb or you can brush it even more in. But for this one, it can be a little bit loose. So this will be my first one. Okay. I'm going in with a hook elastic. So I'm hooking it in, going around. And I love these hooks because you can still hold your hand in a ponytail and you can just go around and hook it.
Yeah, they're really, really, really good to work with.
Yes. So, okay. So I'm trying to always hook it into the other hook so that it's completely locked. Because sometimes when you hook it in the hair, it can go sliding out again.
Yeah.
So this is one. I'm going to put that one forward.
Do you always use a hook elastic, Sabrina, or would you use just a normal little elastic?
What did you say? Sorry, Laura.
Sorry, I'm talking too fast. Would you always use a hook elastic, or would you use just a normal small elastic to create your ponytails?
Yeah, you can use you can use a normal elastic. That's no problem. The thing is when you use too thin of elastics, then it might break. So it has to be a stronger elastic, and you're not going to see them anyway. So it doesn't matter what elastic. You can even use a closed one, as long as it holds the hair. That's it. Okay, so I'm leaving out some hair, also in the back, because I want to have it a little bit softer. Okay, going up, using again my hands. And you can really see that it connects now over this one. So it looks like you're making one ponytail.
So Sabrina, if you had a salon who's watching online and they, don't have my hair, my canvas, but they had caviar, what would your alternative be from Soaring Height and Shine On?
Volume mist for sure. Caviar volume mist. And I just love Yes, I think that's amazing. Also as heat protection. The Shine On.
Fantastic.
Jess, can you hold this one for me a little bit? Yes. Okay. So I'm going to place it over here. I'm going in with the elastic again, going around. And hooking it into the other one. Yes. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut these elastic. And I'm using a big needle, just a plastic needle. And I'm going to flip this one over here.
Okay, Sabrina,
I'm going underneath.
I'm going to ask you about the needle because I know I've seen these before. Can you explain to our customers, because I've had a few people ask me from your lives, what the benefit of a needle is?
I think because once you're going underneath the hair, a pin, like you could do it with a pin, like put the elastic in the pin and then go in. But with the sometimes the hair gets stuck in these two, so you won't get it like very good through the hair. With a needle, I just have 2 needles. I have them for years. You can just buy them at any needle and thread shops. Do you have them where they sell all the needles? It's just plastic. You can buy it online, and just make sure that you buy a large one so that even thicker elastics can go through it.
Amazing.
I think they are really cheap, and it's really nice because sometimes you if you would do this with pins, it will give you a different effect. And I think with this elastic, it makes it even more secure. So we're going underneath, pulling through the elastic. And I'm going to... Even even vasthouden, Jas? Yeah. Yeah, thanks. Okay, and I'm just going twice. So this is what I learned from Joanna, and I love Joanna's techniques. You just go in twice. Yeah. And you pull, and then it's tuck. I'm just going in one more time. Going 1, 2, and pull, and then it's stuck. So you can just cut it now. I think it's amazing when you work with people like you, Laura, and with all these amazing people, Joanna. Yeah, thanks. They just show you these amazing techniques, and you're like, oh, that's good. And then you can use them in your own hairstyles.
Yeah, I totally agree. I've learned so much from you guys, Alterna. I mean, I had the opportunity to work with Sabrina and Joanna earlier this year for the European trainer. And we spent 2 days with the guys from Intensive Hair Up, and just the things that Joanna and Sabrina showed us, even just tiny little tips like this on how to secure an elastic in the hair. As simplified as it sounds, actually when you put it into practice, it's really difficult. But the difference it makes to your end result is phenomenal. Honestly, it really, really is. And Joanna kept walking around saying, no, tie it this way, tie it that way. And by the end of it, myself and one of our mates, Lindsay, we mastered it, and it made all the difference, even with a top knot or something.
Yeah, it's so important, especially, I'm just going to put this one a little bit higher. Placement of pins, elastics, because this is your anchor. It's your you need this for your hairstyle, otherwise it won't stay. So it's very important that your placement and your tools are correct. I'm just going to put it a little bit higher.
We've actually had a comment saying from on our Salon Promotions Facebook page, from Zoe, saying that we don't work with needles in the UK or elastics. Zoe, just a little update. You can get them. You can get hair elastics from Amazon, things like that. Or we have at Salon Promotions, we supply things like hair needles, and we can sort of get everything now online. So if you want hair elastics and needles, you can get them quite easily, and they do make a massive difference.
Yeah, and this needle, it's not from a hair shop. It's from where they sell fabric. So you can just go there and buy it. Okay. So going in again, going in twice, 1, 2. And I can cut it now. Okay, so why am I doing this? So when I fold the hair back like this, I already get lifts. So you get volume for your bun already. So you don't want this to be too far apart. It can be a little bit close to each other. Okay, so now I'm going to use my little elastics, just the transparent ones. Like these. And I'm going to put them in the tail. Thank you, Jan. And then what I'll do, so it's about this part. It's not too far. And depending if anybody has layers, you just have to put them a little bit closer to each other, the elastics. So this one is going this way. So I'm pulling the hair also this way.
Okay, so feeding it through.
Yeah. And
That's
then I'm
really
just going
nice.
to pull it out.
By the way, you are receiving a lot of love from many people from all over the world. I have Russia, of course, I have Italy here,
Russia.
I have the UK, the Netherlands. There's so many countries, even in Ukraine. And I also have a question by Alexandros from Greece. He's asking.
Yes.
Hi, Alex.
Hi, Alex.
He's asking if you think that in the COVID era, in case you didn't know, we now have a COVID era. It's established. It's a COVID era.
Yeah.
It's a COVID era. In the COVID era, he's saying updos are a basic service for the salon, don't you think? And he really loves your updo.
Thanks. Yes, I think everybody should wear updos.
I think it's important.
Like every day, not only for parties.
Even if you are not
Yeah.
going to a party, even for a Zoom meeting. Look at Laura today. She's beautiful.
Yeah.
Next time,
And
Laura,
look,
you need an
there are
updo.
no
We want to
parties.
see an updo on you.
Well, Nicholas saw me at 10 o'clock this morning. I look nothing like this morning. Trust me.
No, and there are no parties anymore. So you have to make the party. You have to bring the party into your hair.
yes, everything is virtual. Then I have another comment. Great tip with a needle.
Yes.
He's saying I'm looking. I'm gonna look into it, and she loves that technique.
Good.
That's an amazing technique, Sabrina. You wouldn't even think of a top knot. You're almost sort of doing a pull through organic kind of braid that you do to create that top knot effect, and you wouldn't think to do that, which is amazing.
So I think I'm going to change one more time. Sorry, guys. So this is what happens. Because you work with different types of hair, you just have to see what works best. And I'm going to do something else, which maybe you will like. It will be the same, but I'm going to put it up, more up. Because I think this one is too low for my opinion. So the top one stays the same. So what I'm doing now is I'm going to split this one. This is my kind of work. I just like to improvise.
I was just going to actually say, Sabrina,
Yeah, can you hold this?
could you adjust this? You know, it's like when you look at the client's hair texture and density, if the client has a higher density of hair, so much more, could you adjust this with maybe another ponytail? How would you deal with if the client had so much more hair?
Well, I think the nice thing is when a client has a lot of hair, the nice thing about it is that because you're putting the elastic like this, you're already getting rid of a lot of hair. So it makes it easier.
So you're taking that ponytail above the previous one?
Yeah, yep. Because I want it to be a little bit higher, but I want bottom to be a little bit not too tight. Just leaving this here.
What I love as well, Sabrina, is you're not piling hairspray on the hair. Again, when
No.
from obviously an education point of view, you see people doing hair ups and they just think that you've got to spray so much hairspray into the hair.
Yes.
You've spent time doing the prep and you've used
I just hate.
Yeah. And you've used the right product to prep as well. It's holding it.
Yeah, I because I use before curling, I've used the City Slay hairspray. I'm gonna put this one down. And I like hairspray after, so or with curling, and then after not as much. It doesn't have to be as much. Okay, yeah, this will work. So sometimes I just have to see what works best on what hair. So. Because the one in the picture is different hair than Jasmine, and sometimes you need to put an extension, but today we wanted to do something without extensions. Okay, so this will fit the hair better. And I like when the bottom is a little bit soft and loose, and I can always use a few pins just to go back in.
Love that. But it's not really, there's nothing wrong with when you're doing a hair, if anybody's new to hair up, say, there's nothing wrong with trying something, a position, and if you're not good at it, changing it, moving it until you are happy.
I think as long as you do a good prep, then you don't have to be scared to take it out again and to try it again. Just always try to make it the best way. And if you have to take it out, it's not like a paint. It's not like we're coloring the hair. So we can make it whatever we want. If we want to take it out again. So I'm using the City Slay just to get a little bit of grip on the little hairs.
I love that
this spray is also so good because it has heat protection.
Yes, it's fantastic. Heat protection, humidity protection, and what
yes.
is it doesn't feel built up or heavy in the hair. It really does still feel quite lightweight, but you can build it up.
It's 100% vegan, the botanical caviar. It's perfect. Okay, so we're doing the same. Looping it through. And I'm just going to pull it out before I do the other one. If I already put in 2 or 3, it's going to be harder to make this softer. Because now it's much more easy to pull it out. Okay. I'm going to make one more.
This would be a great thing to do, even, you know, again, with the current situation and lockdown, there's so many people working from home, and you know, myself having sort of longer hair, you don't always just want to tie it up in a ponytail. So to master a skill like this, where you could have a quick trick, I could probably do this on my hair, where you could use
this is something you can do on your own hair because of the little elastics also.
Yeah, feed it through, and you feel like you're a little bit done, even from working from home, you know, just to make yourself feel a bit better.
So I'm just going to pull out the hair a little bit before I'm going to put this in a bun. Just going to use the perfect texture. My all-time favorite.
I was going to say, I've not do with Sabrina without perfect texture.
this is my baby. So what I love about this product, because it's a mix between dry shampoo and hairspray, it just gives the perfect texture to your hair. It also nourishes the hair because it has vitamin A, C, and D in it. It has enzyme therapy, biotin, keratin. So again, very good for the hair, and it's I don't know what to say anymore. It's like everybody who knows me knows that that's my right hand.
Everyone knows this is your baby.
Yeah. I wish that I would have thought about it myself.
It does. I mean, what from, again, my experience, Sabrina, is with that product is it creates the bite that you need in the hair, but it doesn't feel too clean, doesn't feel too dirty, but it's got that bite that you need from a hair up. What I love, obviously, from a colour perspective as well, is that it doesn't add a build up on the hair. So if you've got a client that's using this range, you know, even my hair by canvas, you know, everyday dry shampoo, that you
also
can
very nice,
amazing. A client can come in, you know that they've used those products, and you can put a colour on top of that, and there's going to be no barrier on top of it.
Yeah, true. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we have these little elastics, so we're going to use these to flip the hair around. So again, we have 2 anchor points, 2 elastics, so it has more grip and more hold to the hair. The first one has to stay high, so this one goes over. You see? So it's nice to have these little dimps, because when they go over, they just fit perfectly in each other. And then I'm going to hide the elastic. So again, this is also different with every hair type, because some have longer hair. So you have to see which side the hair has to go and which side is best. I think this one looks best for this side. So I just use my large U-pin.
We've got Sabrina, we've got Sam Gately watching. And I know Sam's a big fan of yours. So I just thought I'd give a little shout out to Sam Gately.
Hi Sam, how are you? I love Sam. Sam is an amazing hairstylist also. Yeah.
She's like the UK Sabrina from Blackburn.
Yes. Can't wait to see you all again. Okay. So we're going to this side. So we're hiding the elastic that's underneath here. And I'm just going again. So for me, it doesn't matter if I use blonde pins or black, because every pin has to hide. You don't want to see any pins. So sometimes I say, oh, you can't use black pins for blonde hair, but you don't want to see the pin anyway. So it doesn't matter which color it is.
I think sometimes as well, the blonde pins can create a little bit of reflection on the on the hair as well. So sometimes the darker pins I find in blondes are actually better.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, so these 2, we're just going to hide the elastic. So I'm just going to put them a little bit over each other, going in and just going back with the U-pin.
Getting lots of love for you, Sabrina.
Thank you, guys. So this is just, it's not like a huge bun. So depending on how much hair, you can imagine it will be bigger. So it depends on what your client wants and how big they want. Otherwise, you can use extension braids or to fill it up, depending on what you want. So with these hairs, sometimes I like to have them a little bit down.
Oh, just to after that, Sabrina, just took the words out of my mouth. If someone on the flip side to what I said before, when you've got a client with lots of hair, we many times see clients with finer hair that want these big updos that look thick, textured, voluptuous hair. You know, would you, if you have that type of client, would you use hair extensions or padding to really sort of pad it out and make the hair look thicker?
Yeah, if they want to have like this really big, on some weddings or Pinterest pictures, you see like the really big buns. I would definitely use extensions, but the thing is with the extensions, you might see them here. So my tip is to use the extension braids. I've showed them a few times in what we've done, and then you just clip them in underneath the ponytails, and then you make the ponytails thicker. So then you will get a bigger bun, and you won't see any extensions in the outer line. So I will just grab you one so I can show you what I mean. So this is one. And for me, this is key to what I'm doing. These extensions make ponytails thicker, but it only has one clip. So you only put in one clip, and then you get a thicker ponytail without hiding. Normally you have to hide whole rows.
Yes.
So this is perfect to work with.
That's amazing. And would you prep that in the same way as obviously as the hair? You'd put the same products in, you know, because everything's the My Hair, My Canvas.
It's real hair.
Yeah, it's completely fine on hair extensions, isn't it? Amazing on hair extensions.
And sometimes I don't even prep them. So when I've done the whole prep and I think I need to put in some extensions, I just put them in the ponytail, and then when you use the Perfect Texture Spray or another day dry shampoo, it will give the texture to the hair, so it will go with the colors, or it's not shiny at all, or so it's very good to use.
Amazing.
And fast. So all you have to do now is, before you completely pin it, is just to shape it the way you want. And now I'm going to use the City Slay hairspray just for some flyaways, just to contain them. And I think also the next thing is fire hair, because you're using elastics, you can really pull out the hair. So you're also creating more volume to the hair for someone who has thinner hair.
Sabrina, what would you do if you had a client come into the salon who was booked in for this type of hair up, or if you were on a shoot and the hair needed washing? So from the My Hair, My Canvas range, we have obviously More to Love and Me Time. So if somebody wants this effect, which shampoo would you prep the hair with prior to doing this?
I think it depends on what hair a client has. So if you have a client who has really a lot of hair, you don't need to have the More to Love shampoo to get extra volume. But when you have like Jasmine's hair, she has really nice hair to work with. It's not like too much or too little, it's just the perfect amount. Then I would use the More to Love. Then you create also, because you're going to make more volume, then it helps extra to get the lift already with washing. So yes, for sure.
It's really good to know that, because again, from a hairdresser's point of view, you automatically think that when someone's having a hair up that they need volume.
Yeah.
Where you've just hit the nail on the head there, that actually clients with thicker hair can still have a great hair up, but they will need moisture. They can still have moisture into the hair, and still have the prep and have an amazing hair up.
And you can even make, when you have a client who has a lot of hair but she wants to have her hair up, you can do the 2 ponytails, but make the 2 ponytails into 4.
Yeah.
And then it's easier to place the 4 strands instead of 2 that is going to be a little bit too thick. So you can play around with it. It's just a technique you can play around with. The same as what we did now with Jasmine, is that you think, it doesn't work. I want to have it a little bit higher. I take it out again and just put it up. And it doesn't matter, it's hair, you can play around with it. And even with me, because you have a lot of clients and you have a photo and you think, oh, I did it that way. But then when you work on someone else's hair, you think, this doesn't work that way. I have to try another way. And then you just have to improvise something. And I think that's the nicest thing of working with hair, because you have to think in solutions.
Yes.
And you have all the tools, you have all the products. So the only thing is you have to think, what can I do different to make it work on her hair? Do I need to put in extensions? No, it's okay. Do I want to have it higher? Yes, then take out the under ponytail and do it again and put it higher, and then just finish. So I think when you're working on hair, you just have to think of what you're doing, what you want as an end result. And it's just like seeing something when you build something, and then just go for it.
Definitely, it's thinking,
you can always think
logically about it. You know, as hairdressers, we think technically minded about cutting, we think technically minded about colour. For me, that should be done with hair up work as well. You know, all the consultation process should be exactly the same. Texture, porosity, you know, density, all these things.
Yes.
Consultation about placement, what products you're going to use, what type of prep you're going to work with. So there's nothing wrong with mapping it out, planning what you're going to do. If something doesn't work, redoing it. And I think that makes you look more of a professional at the end of the day.
Yeah. And every client is different. And especially when you work with updos, you work with constructions. So you have to have a beginning point. When your client comes with a picture and then you're like, I have no clue where to start. What you can think, well, maybe could I start with someone with a low ponytail and put the rest over, or should I start with a braid and then put it into a ponytail and make it into a bun? Because especially when you're making updos or hair up, you need to have anchor points, because otherwise you can't put, like, when you roll it into a bun and then put a few pins in, it's not secure. So you need to have those elastics, or you need to have those braids to keep it into place, especially for whole days.
That's a great tip. So, because again, a lot of people probably would be doing one ponytail, a donut in there, and then working around it. This is beautiful. We're actually getting a lot of love for you, Sabrina. We're getting comments from Lee. Also, happy we see a lot on our live. She's saying beautiful as always.
Thank you, guys.
Lots of love. Everyone's loving it.
So I'm just putting a little bit of hair back up, because I don't want to have it too much, because I have my mirror here now, so I can just see what I want to keep down. And I try to let it be loose, so I'm not going to make it perfectly brushed up. It can be textured. And I'm putting in the ends underneath the bun.
Beautiful. That is like the bun of dreams, literally. It looks like it's one of those top knots that somebody just throws up, puts up, but the work and the intricacy that's gone into it, obviously you don't realise, but it looks so effortless but beautiful. It really is.
I think it's nice because you can play around with shapes, and especially with colors, like when you have balayages or blondes, it's very nice to see the colors back into the hair.
Yeah, if you've got anybody who's sort of like a root shadow and a pop of colour on the
end,
I
love root shadows.
It'll look beautiful.
So again, the perfect texture spray.
Sabrina, what would decide for you, for those salons that have both alternative products in salon, whether they have My Hair, My Canvas, or whether they also have Caviar? If they have both in the salon, what would decide for you as a hairdresser which brand to go with on that client?
Oh, that's a hard question.
Oh, that's it. I was about to throw a spanner at you.
I think, I think it depends on the hair type. Good question, Laura. It's because I think two things. You have the hairdresser, favorite products. So depends on the hairdresser, which are the favorite products to work with. Like everybody has their favorite products, same as me. And then we have the hair type of the client. Like sometimes if the hair is is damaged, I would go more for the Caviar, because it has that extra touch in the hair, like the enzyme therapy, the biotin, the keratin. But on the other hand, you have My Hair, My Canvas. Amazing, I can't choose. I think I have favorites in the Canvas line, and I have favorites in the Caviar. And I don't think I want to have only that line or only that line, because it's so nice. And you can mix them Caviar with Canvas, so it's perfect to work with. So I think those two things, like hair type of the client and favorite products of the stylist, that will be the main thing I think to choose.
I think you've just sort of kind of said what I was hoping you were going to say about mix it up. No, you do. Sorry, throw it.
You don't have to choose.
I did it myself the other day. I was doing hair and I used Caviar and My Hair, My Canvas, because I loved both ranges, and I think that's the key. Unless for me you've got a client that is specifically for hair, or if they are very much about the vegan,
exactly.
Then I mix it up.
Because the story behind My Hair, My Canvas is so nice, because with the recycled plastic, the twist caps, 100% vegan formulated, the botanical caviar, the ingredients, it's amazing. But then on the other hand, we have the Caviar, who's been there forever and who's been everyone's best friend to get their hair back to the best health. So best of both worlds.
We've got, again, Lee also been saying she's got both in a salon and she loves both of those, so she uses both of them. Sam Gately again is saying that she's going to, My hair lives in a bun, so I'm definitely going to try this. She's going to try it on herself. And we've got Kirsty, one of our account managers from Salon Promotions, on and saying that she loves it and it's absolutely beautiful.
You are receiving lots of love for the look. If you like, is it finished? Can we see it?
It's finished. I can step back so Jasmine can take maybe off her and then spin her maybe a little bit around.
She's gorgeous. What a beautiful look.
I would look nothing like that if I did my hair in a top knot.
Well, I understand.
I look like I need rescuing.
Thank you.
Got it.
Thank you, Sabrina. Thank you, Laura. I think that's a
you.
fantastic look. Wow.
And it's very secure because you have the 2 elastics, then you have the small elastics, and you only have to use like 5 or 6 pins, and that's it. Because you want to have that soft and like it's not that secured, like you've done it yourself. But then it's still secure, so she can go to a party or weddings or but not this year.
Not this year.
Ready for the party,
Not this
Jasmine?
year, sorry.
She's going to the party tonight.
So, she's going to
At home.
tonight. At home.
A virtual wedding.
Virtual wedding, yeah. Well, I think that will be 2021. Virtual wedding.
No.
No, so that's it, and you can play around with the placement. You can do lower, higher. You can put in extensions if you want to have a bigger bun. So
Yeah.
depending on what you're going for. Yeah, sieraden. Jasmine says. Hair accessories, flowers. You can make
Amazing.
it if you want. You can put it back. The hair, if you like it better when there's no face frame. I'm always obsessed with face frames, so I always try to keep them out, and I think it makes it a little bit more playful to have a face frame and then a bun.
It's an amazing look.
Really soft and sort of organic, which is what, again, when you think about the Pinterest, Instagram pictures of inspiration for a top knot that everybody brings in, it's got this real casual, undone, but yet so beautifully done top knot.
That's the perfect word. Casual undone.
Casual done, but looks done. It doesn't look like you just put it up and it looks done but undone, which is amazing.
Thank you, Sabrina.
Okay.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Thank you, Nick.
Thank you. Thank you,
Thank you,
girls.
Jasmine.
Thank you, Jasmine.
Thank you, Laura.
Thank you, Laura, very
Thanks,
much.
guys.
Happy
Thanks,
anniversary.
Happy.
And
Yes.
we actually close with a My Hair, My Canvas video because you all love it so much. Let's go.
Yes, go and watch.
Bye, girls.
Thank you, guys. See you
Bye.
soon.
Bye.
Bye.